I wasn't invisible. I'd walked through that oak door on my own 2 feet, shaken Mr. Brenneman's hand, and sat down without help. But when my daughter Rowena spoke, you'd think I was already gone. She doesn't understand anything anymore, she said, not lowering her voice. Her husband Chance nodded like a dashboard bobblehead. We'll explain it slowly. Use simple words. I was 3 feet away. Mr. Brenneman cleared his throat. Mrs. Lowell, this is about establishing a living trust for your property and assets. I know what a living trust is, I said quietly. I'm 78, and my mind is sharper than Rowena's ever been. Rowena laughed. Mom, you forgot Thanksgiving was Thursday. You called asking about dinner on Friday. They'd canceled Thursday morning. I'd called Friday to reschedule. But she'd already rewritten that story. Mr. Brenneman slid papers across the table. I reached for them. Rowena's hand shot out faster. Let me look first. The legal language is complicated. Something cold settled in my chest. Her eyes scanned too quickly. Like she'd seen these before. Everything looks standard, she announced. Just sign here, here, and here. I pulled the papers toward me. Started reading. Page 4, Section 7b, in the event of mental incapacitation, as determined by a licensed physician, full control shall transfer immediately to Rowena Lowell Casper, who shall have authority over residence, care, and asset liquidation. My hands stayed steady. Who wrote this? The lawyer. It's standard. I looked at Mr. Brenneman. Did you write this? He shifted. Your daughter contacted me 3 weeks ago with preliminary instructions about your wishes. What physician determines incapacity? Dr. Vinson, Rowena said. Our family doctor. Dr. Vinson. Who played golf with Chance every Sunday. I looked at the pen on that polished table. One signature, and I'd hand her everything. The house Garrett and I built in 1979. 52 years of savings. My future. I picked up the pen slowly. Rowena smiled. Chance sat straighter. I'd like to speak with you privately, Mr. Brenneman. Just us. Rowena's face went white. That's not necessary. We're family. Then you won't mind waiting outside. Mr. Brenneman stood. If your mother wishes private consultation, that's her right. Rowena's look could have stripped paint. But she left, Chance following. When the door clicked shut, I set the pen down. Did my daughter try to add anything I didn't authorize? His silence told me everything. What was Rowena hiding? And how far had she already gone? What I discovered next made me realize this wasn't about paperwork, it was about erasing me completely. Keep watching. Mr. Brenneman loosened his tie. Your daughter came 4 times before today. She brought medical records, financial statements, and a notarized letter claiming to be from you, requesting power of attorney. I never wrote that. I suspected. He showed me the letter. The handwriting was close, but my capital L was wrong. And I always date my signatures. She forged this. I believe so. Mrs. Lowell, there's more. She brought paperwork for Meadowbrook Senior Living, a memory care facility. You're on their waiting list. Memory care. The words hit like fists. I don't have dementia. I know. But if she gets a doctor's signature and you'd signed this trust, she could place you there against your will. Then sell your house immediately. I thought of my home. The colonial garret designed on graph paper, checking library books about foundations. We'd painted every room, laid bathroom tile, planted every tree. Rowena was 6 when we moved in. Yellow gingham curtains in her room because she loved Big Bird. Now she wanted to take it while I still breathed. What do I do? Rewrite this trust. Your terms. Establish power of attorney with someone you trust, not her. Get a cognitive assessment, documented and notarized. She's my only child. Her brother Dalton died in Iraq, 2004. I'm sorry. After Garrett died 6 years ago, she was all I had. My voice cracked. How do you fight your own daughter? By protecting yourself first. We worked 90 minutes. Rowena knocked twice. We ignored her. When finished, I had complete control with clear guidelines. No one could override my decisions without court orders and multiple independent evaluations. I also named a new executor, Fletcher. My grandson. Rowena's son. 29, a civil engineer in Charlotte. The only family who called every Sunday. Who visited without reasons. Who held my hand at Garrett's funeral while Rowena argued with caterers. This will cause a firestorm, Mr. Brenneman warned. I know. I signed, my real signature. Outside, Rowena was pacing, phone pressed to her ear. She hung up when she saw me. What did you do? Protected myself. From what? I'm helping you. You forged my signature. Put me on a memory care list. Wrote a trust to sell my house from under me. Her mouth opened. Closed. Who told you that? It doesn't matter. You lied to lawyers. To me. You planned this. You're not thinking clearly. You need help. You're not safe alone. I'm perfectly safe. You left the stove on last week. Fletcher told me. My blood froze. Fletcher wouldn't. He's worried too. But fine. If you want to die alone because you're stubborn, that's your choice. Don't expect me when you fall. She grabbed Chance and stormed out. I stood in that hallway wondering if I'd lost my daughter. Then I remembered the forged letter. The facility. The liquidation clause. I'd lost her long ago. I just hadn't wanted to see it. But Rowena didn't know I wasn't alone. What I did next turned her plan upside down, starting with one phone call. Stay tuned. I sat in my car 20 minutes before I could drive. Finally, I called Fletcher. He answered immediately. Gran. How'd the lawyer meeting go? He knew about it. My chest tightened. Fletcher, did you tell your mother I left the stove on and almost burned the house down? Silence. Then, what? No. I said we were on the phone while you made eggs. I heard the timer beeping. She asked if you seemed forgetful. I said no, sharp as ever. What's going on? Relief hit hard. Your mother tried putting me in memory care. She what? I told him everything. The forged letter, the trust, Meadowbrook. When I mentioned naming him executor, he went quiet. You made me executor? Not Mom? I trust you. Not her. He exhaled shakily. Gran, I need to tell you something. Mom's been calling for months asking about you. How often I visit, whether I noticed anything off, if you should still drive. Last week she asked me to co-sign paperwork. What paperwork? She wouldn't say. Said it protected your assets. I refused to sign without reading it and talking to you. She got mad. We haven't spoken since. She was going to use you. Make it look like we both agreed I was incompetent. I'm so sorry. I should have told you sooner. You're telling me now. I gripped the wheel. Fletcher, I need your help finding out what else she's planning. Dad might know, he's easier to crack than Mom. Be careful. I don't care if she finds out. You raised me half the time when Mom was too busy. I won't let her do this. We made a plan. He'd dig quietly. I'd get the assessment. We'd meet Sunday. When I drove home, sunset painted the pines along Sycamore Ridge gold. My house appeared, white siding, black shutters, porch light on its timer. She wanted this. My daughter. The girl I'd rocked through nightmares wanted to erase me and sell my memories. I wouldn't let her. Inside, every room suddenly looked like evidence. Mail stacks, disorganization. Dishes in the sink, decline. I'd always been messy, but now I saw it through Rowena's eyes. A doctor's eyes. A judge's eyes. I spent 2 hours cleaning. Threw out expired food. Organized drawers. Made lists, medications, bills, appointments. Proof. Documentation. At 8, my phone rang. Unknown number. Mrs. Lowell? Bethany from Meadowbrook Senior Living. Confirming your tour Friday at 10. Your daughter mentioned you'd need transportation. I'm not coming. Remove my name. Oh. Can I ask? My daughter had no authority. Remove it immediately or I'll contact my lawyer. I hung up, hands shaking. Not from fear. From rage. She'd scheduled a tour for Friday. 3 days away. Probably planned to take me straight from the lawyers if I'd signed. The doorbell rang. Rowena stood on my porch, arms crossed, furious. I didn't open the door. Mom, I know you're there. We need to talk. You embarrassed me today. Silence. Fine. Be childish. But I called Dr. Vinson. He's doing a home visit tomorrow to evaluate you. If you refuse, that'll look bad in court. Court. She'd said it. You can't hide forever. I'm trying to help, whether you believe it. I'll be back tomorrow. Footsteps retreated. Car door slammed. Taillights disappeared. I called Mr. Brenneman's emergency line. She's escalating. What do I do? His response was calm. Tomorrow morning, see your own doctor. Get that assessment. And document everything, every call, visit, threat. This isn't over. The war for my life had just begun. Dr. Vinson was coming. If Rowena got to him first, I'd be fighting with one hand tied. But I had a plan, involving someone she never saw coming. Keep watching. I was at Dr. Patel's office at 7:30. She wasn't my regular doctor, that was Dr. Vinson, Chance's golf buddy. Dr. Patel was new, highly rated, with no family connections. The receptionist looked surprised. Ma'am, we're fully booked. Tell her I need a cognitive evaluation. I'm willing to wait. Tell her it's urgent, I'm being threatened with involuntary commitment. 20 minutes later, I was in an exam room. Dr. Patel listened without interrupting. A comprehensive evaluation takes hours. Memory tests, cognitive function, mental status. You understand? I have time. I need it documented for court. For 3 hours, she tested everything. Draw clocks, remember words, solve puzzles, answer questions. By noon, I was exhausted but confident. Mrs. Lowell, you're cognitively intact. Excellent recall, good processing, no dementia signs. Above average for your age group. Relief flooded through me. Can you put that in writing? Detailed report, notarized. She paused. But this pattern from your daughter suggests more than concern. Have you considered financial motivations? I had. Just hadn't said it aloud. My husband left me comfortable. House paid off, worth $400,000. Savings, investments, his pension. She and Chance have debt. 3 years ago she borrowed $50,000. Never paid back. Dr. Patel's expression hardened. This is financial exploitation. Protect your assets immediately. Check your accounts, any unauthorized charges? I hadn't. Not closely. Do that today. Does your daughter have account access? My blood went cold. She has a debit card from years ago when Garrett was sick. I never removed her. Remove her today. Open new accounts if necessary. I left with my evaluation and growing urgency. It was 1:15. Dr. Vinson was coming at 2. Fletcher called. Gran, where are you? Dad just told me Mom took a home equity line on your house 2 weeks ago. The world tilted. Impossible. She'd need my signature. She has one. Or a version. Dad said she's been practicing your handwriting for months. Thought it was weird but didn't question it. How much? $50,000. She told the bank it was for repairs. Money's in her account. I couldn't breathe. $50,000. Stolen. My house as collateral. Fletcher, meet me at my house. Now. Dr. Vinson's coming at 2. I need a witness. 20 minutes. Gran, we should call police. Not yet. Not until everything's documented. Just get here. When I pulled in, Dr. Vinson was already on my porch, medical bag in hand, looking uncomfortable. Dr. Vinson. Meredith. Rowena asked me to check on you. Memory concerns. I just came from Dr. Patel's office. Full cognitive evaluation. I'm fine. His face fell. That's good news. Maybe I don't need. Tell my daughter I'm not opening doors to doctors she sends. If she uses your name to claim incompetence, I'll file a medical board complaint. There's no need. Did she pay you? Or does Chance have something on you? He flushed. I'm trying to help. You're trying to help her. There's a difference. Fletcher's truck arrived. He jumped out, positioned beside me. Everything okay, Gran? Dr. Vinson was just leaving. The doctor looked between us, sighed, and left. Fletcher waited until he was gone. Gran, it's worse. Mom's been telling people you have dementia. Neighbors, church friends, bank staff. Building a case for months. He showed me texts. She asked me to sign a statement about your cognitive decline. When I refused, she threatened to cut me from my inheritance. I read the texts. Fletcher, this is for her own good. If you love your grandmother, help us. Otherwise, I'll remember this when the will is read. She thinks I'm leaving her everything, I said quietly. Aren't you? Not anymore. I'd been playing defense. Time for offense. What I found checking my accounts made me realize Rowena wasn't just stealing my future, she'd been stealing my present. Don't miss what happens next. Fletcher sat at my kitchen table with his laptop while I called the bank. We'd found 3 unauthorized withdrawals, $2,000, $1,500, $3,500. All ATM withdrawals using Rowena's card. Ma'am, that card was used by an authorized user, Rowena Casper. Remove her immediately. I want those withdrawals investigated as fraud. If she's authorized. She was authorized to pay bills when my husband was dying 6 years ago. Not drain my account now. This is theft. Typing. You'll need to come in person to remove her and file a fraud claim. I'll be there in an hour. Fletcher was staring at his screen, pale. Gran. Look at this. A real estate listing. My house. Listed at $395,000. Active 3 days. She can't sell my house, I whispered. Look at the agent. He pointed. Marilee Casper. Chance's sister. They're working together, Fletcher said. Mom, Dad, Aunt Marilee. Months of planning. I sat before my legs gave out. There's more. He clicked another tab. I logged into Dad's email. Same password for everything. An email chain between Rowena and a lawyer, not Brenneman. Discussing conservatorship proceedings. Timeline, 4 to 6 weeks. Cost, $15,000. Expected payout, full asset control, estimated $450,000. Expected payout. Like I was a business transaction. 2 months ago, Fletcher said. Right after you missed returning Mom's call because you were at Garden Club. One unreturned call launched this nightmare. We're going to the bank, I said. Then police. Then I'm calling Marilee about that fraudulent listing. At the bank, the manager was horrified. Within 30 minutes, Rowena was removed, new accounts opened, fraud claims filed. That home equity line looks legitimate, she said. If it's forged, you'll need a police report and handwriting expert. $50,000. Gone. I'd have to sue my daughter to recover it. The police station was next. Detective Hooper listened, took copies of everything. This is elder financial abuse, a felony. But prosecuting family is complicated. Are you prepared for what that means? I'm prepared to protect myself. Even if your daughter faces prison? I thought about forged signatures, secret listings, conservatorship plans. She wasn't helping. She was erasing me. Yes. Even then. I'll open an investigation. Document everything. Get security cameras. And Mrs. Lowell? Be careful. When people realize they're caught, they get desperate. We left at 5:30. 17 missed calls from Rowena. Don't answer, Fletcher said. But when we arrived, Rowena's car was parked outside. She sat on my porch steps, waiting. Want me to tell her to leave? No. I'll handle it. I walked up the path. Rowena stood. For a moment, I saw my little girl picking dandelions. Then she spoke. What the hell did you do? Protected myself. The bank called. You removed me and filed fraud claims. Do you know how humiliating that was? You stole from me. I borrowed money that's going to be mine anyway. It's not yours. It's mine. She laughed bitterly. You don't remember conversations anymore. I've been managing your finances because you can't. That's a lie. Dr. Vincent said you refused evaluation. That looks really bad. I got an evaluation from a real doctor you haven't bribed. I'm cognitively intact. Your plan fell apart. Her face changed. The mask slipped. Not concern underneath. Just cold calculation. You made Fletcher executor. I did. That's my inheritance. Mine. I'm your daughter, your only living child, and you're giving it to him? I'm not dead yet. There is no inheritance. But when you are, it should come to me. I've earned it. Do you know how exhausting it is having an aging mother? The words landed like slaps. Then stop, I said. Stop calling, visiting, pretending you care. We both know this isn't about me. It's about my house. My money. You don't see a mother, you see a retirement plan. She stepped closer. You'll regret this. Is that a threat? It's a promise. I will prove you're incompetent. I will get that house. And you'll be exactly where I planned, Meadowbrook, in a room with no view, forgotten. Fletcher appeared. That's enough, Mom. She looked at him like he was a stranger. You're choosing her over me? I'm choosing what's right. Then you're out of the will too. I was never in it for money. Rowena's face twisted. She walked to her car. Before getting in, she called back, "This isn't over, Mother." The taillights disappeared. Fletcher squeezed my shoulder. You okay? No, I said honestly. But I will be. Rowena was right, it wasn't over. What she did next forced me to make the hardest decision of my life and exposed family secrets I'd never wanted to face. The real battle is just beginning. 3 quiet weeks passed. No calls from Rowena. No ambush visits. Fletcher checked daily. I installed cameras, changed locks, slept with Detective Hooper's number on speed dial. I almost believed it was over. Then Marcy from church called. Meredith, honey, I'm so sorry for your loss. The service is tomorrow at 2, right? At Fellowship Baptist? My heart stopped. What service? Long pause. The memorial. For Garrett. Rowena organized it. She said you decided it was finally time for a proper service. She posted on Facebook. Garrett died 6 years ago. We'd had a beautiful funeral. But Rowena was planning another, and hadn't told me. I found her Facebook post, "Tomorrow we honor my father with the memorial he deserved. Planning has been challenging with my mother's health, but we're ready to celebrate his life. 2 p.m., Fellowship Baptist. In lieu of flowers, donations to the Alzheimer's Association in my mother's name. Alzheimer's Association. In my name. She was telling everyone I had Alzheimer's. Fletcher called. Gran, I just saw it. I'm coming over. She didn't invite me either. Did you know? No. Only saw it because Aunt Marilee commented. She's using your grandfather's memory as a weapon. Turning friends against me. Then we show up tomorrow. Together. Show everyone you're fine. She'll make a scene. Let her. You have nothing to hide. The next day, I dressed carefully. Navy dress, Garrett's pearl earrings, hair done. Fletcher picked me up at 1:30. Fellowship Baptist was packed. I recognized so many faces, Garrett's coworkers, neighbors, Rotary friends. They'd loved him. None knew this service was a lie. The lobby went silent when I entered. Rowena stood near the sanctuary, greeting people. Seeing me, her face drained, then flushed red. Chance appeared, panicked. Mother. What are you doing here? Attending my husband's memorial. The one you didn't mention. People stared. Whispered. I saw Marcy's shocked face. I didn't think you'd be up for it. Given your condition. What condition? Mom, don't make this harder. We can talk later. What condition, Rowena? Tell these people what you've been saying about me. Her mouth opened. Closed. Trapped. Fletcher stepped forward. My mother's been spreading lies about Gran's mental health. Gran is cognitively intact with medical documentation. This memorial was planned without her knowledge as part of isolation and financial exploitation currently under police investigation. Pin dropped silence. Rowena's face went purple. How dare you? It's true, I said calmly. My daughter forged my signature for a $50,000 home equity line. Put me on a memory care waiting list without consent. Planned to have me declared incompetent to sell my home and control my assets. I have documentation. She's lying. Rowena shouted. She's sick. Then explain the forged signatures, Fletcher said. Explain unauthorized withdrawals. Explain the real estate listing for Gran's house. Chance grabbed Rowena's arm. We should go. No. This is my father's memorial. Mine. She has no right to ruin it with paranoid delusions. Pastor Williams appeared. Perhaps we should all. She has dementia. Rowena screamed. Ask her what day it is. I looked at my daughter. This stranger wearing her face. Saturday, October 4th, I said quietly. Fellowship Baptist Church, Maple Street, Pinehurst, North Carolina. I'm 78. Garrett died 6 years ago from a heart attack. We had his funeral June 15, 2019. I remember the eulogy I gave. Holding your hand. You crying on my shoulder. I remember everything, Rowena. Including 3 months ago when you asked for $5,000 for a medical emergency. There was no emergency. You used it for Cabo. Her face crumpled. People started leaving. Quietly, then in groups. Fragments of conversation, can you believe? That poor woman. I had no idea. Within 10 minutes, the lobby was empty. Rowena stood there, mascara running, Chance hovering uselessly. Pastor Williams approached. Meredith, I'm so sorry. I had no idea. Just remember the truth. When people ask, tell them the truth. He nodded. Fletcher and I walked out. Behind us, Rowena sobbed. Part of me, the mother part, wanted to turn back. Comfort her. But the stronger part kept walking. In the parking lot, Fletcher asked, You okay? I just burned every bridge with my daughter in front of half the town. She burned them first. You refused to pretend they were still standing. He was right. But it still hurt. I thought the church was the end. I was wrong. What Rowena did next made forgery and theft look minor, and forced me to make a choice I never imagined. You won't believe what happens next. The envelope arrived Thursday. Plain Manila, no return address, Fort Bragg postmark. Inside, a letter and documents. Mrs. Lowell. I'm Marcus Webb. I served with your son Dalton in Iraq. After seeing news about your daughter, I think you deserve the truth. Dalton didn't die in combat. He died by suicide. In his locker, we found letters. He'd been sending his entire hazard pay home monthly to Rowena. She told him you were dying of cancer. That you needed experimental treatment. That without his help, you'd be dead in 6 months. You didn't have cancer, did you? The enclosed bank records show where his money went. Not medical bills. Rowena's credit cards. Her car. Her mortgage. She killed him. Not with hands, but with lies. Dalton died believing he'd failed you. I thought you should know. Marcus Webb, Sergeant First Class, Ret. The documents slipped from my hands. Dalton. My beautiful boy who joined the army at 19. Who called weekly from overseas, always asking if I was okay. He died at 23. They'd said IED. Instant, painless, heroic. They'd lied. And Rowena. I couldn't breathe. Fletcher found me an hour later, still sitting there. Gran? What's wrong? I handed him the letter. He read it. Went pale. Oh my God. She killed him, I whispered. She lied. Took his money. The guilt killed him. Gran, you don't know. I know my son. He died thinking I was dying and he couldn't save me. That's what Rowena did. Fletcher sat hard. We tell the police. 20 years ago. In Iraq. What can they do? I don't know. But we can't just, this changes everything. The bank records showed $60,000 over 18 months. All drained into Rowena's accounts. While Garrett and I thought our son was saving, he was funding his sister's lifestyle and dying inside. Detective Hooper came within an hour. Read everything. I can't prosecute this. Outside jurisdiction, outside statute of limitations. Technically, your son gave money willingly, even under false pretenses. So she gets away with it? Not with what she did to you. But this, he gestured, this is old pain. I'm sorry. After he left, Fletcher said, we confront her. She needs to face what she did. We waited until the day before her arraignment. Fletcher arranged a coffee shop meeting. I almost didn't go. But at the last minute, I got in his truck. Rowena was already there. She looked terrible, no makeup, hair pulled back, sweatpants, stained jacket. Seeing me, something flickered in her eyes. We sat. Fletcher slid the letter across. Read it. What is this? Just read it. She picked it up. Started reading. I watched her realize what it was. Color drained from her face. Where did you get this? Is it true? I asked. She set it down with shaking hands. I was desperate. Debt, collectors, about to lose my house. So you told your brother I was dying. I thought he'd send money for a few months. I didn't think he'd kill himself? Fletcher's voice was ice. You didn't know lying to a soldier in combat, making him think his mother was dying, would break him? It wasn't like that. I was going to tell him. Pay him back. But then he and I couldn't tell anyone because you'd be caught, I finished. So you let us believe he died a hero. When you killed him. Mom, please. Did you ever feel guilty? She covered her face. Every single day. Every day for 20 years. I see his face. Hear his voice asking if you were okay, if treatment was working. But not guilty enough to stop, Fletcher said. Not enough to come clean. Not enough to stop doing the same thing to Gran. She looked at me. I'm not, this is different. Is it? You're lying, stealing, manipulating. Destroying me piece by piece like you destroyed him. I never meant for him to die. But he did. And now you want forgiveness? Mercy? After everything? She reached across the table. I pulled back. Mom, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I've made terrible mistakes. But I'm still your daughter. You're a stranger, I said. The daughter I raised died with Dalton. I stood. Fletcher followed. Tomorrow you'll go to court. Face the charges. Take responsibility. Not for Dalton, I can't give him justice. But for yourself. For me. For the chance you might become someone I can recognize. Mom. And Rowena? If you ever use your brother's name to defend yourself, I'll give this letter to every news outlet. I'll destroy whatever reputation you have left. Understand? She nodded, tears streaming. We walked out into cold November air. In the truck, Fletcher said, I never knew Uncle Dalton. But I think he'd be proud of you. I wasn't sure. But I knew Garrett would be. The arraignment was tomorrow. I had one more decision, one that would determine Rowena's future and mine. What I did in that courtroom surprised everyone. Including myself. Stay tuned. I didn't sleep. I sat in Garrett's chair, looking at photo albums. Rowena at 5, gap-toothed. Rowena at 16 in her prom dress. Rowena at 25, holding newborn Fletcher. When had I lost her? At 8, Fletcher picked me up. The courthouse was 30 minutes away. Detective Hooper met us outside. The prosecutor wants to speak with you. Prosecutor Jenna Alvarez had sharp eyes. We have a strong case. Your daughter will likely get 18 months to 3 years. What if I don't want her in prison? Fletcher's head snapped toward me. Gran. What if there's another way? I continued. Restitution. Full amount plus interest, court monitored. Mandatory counseling, for her, for us. That's unusual. So is prosecuting your daughter. An hour later, Judge Patricia Moreland called the case. After discussions, she addressed Rowena. Ms. Casper, your mother has proposed alternative sentencing. Plead guilty to all charges, agree to full restitution, 5 years supervised probation, mandatory counseling, 0 contact unless she initiates. 1 violation, prison. But first, publicly acknowledge what you did. No excuses. Rowena stood, hands shaking. I'm Rowena Casper. I financially abused my 78-year-old mother. I forged signatures, stole $50,000, tried having her declared incompetent. I lied to doctors, family, friends. I isolated her and made her doubt her own mind. She looked at me. I told myself I was helping. But I was stealing her dignity, her home, her future. 20 years ago, I lied to my brother, told him Mom was dying to get money. The guilt contributed to his death. I've spent 2 decades running from that, and I nearly destroyed the only parent I have left. Tears streamed down her face. I don't deserve mercy. But if my mother offers it, I'll spend the rest of my life earning it back. Judge Moreland sentenced her. 5 years probation. $75,000 in restitution, $50,000 principal, $25,000 interest and fees. Bi-weekly counseling. Monthly court check-ins. Ms. Casper, your mother is giving you something precious, a chance. Don't waste it. Outside, Rowena stood by her car. I walked over. Thank you, she whispered. I'm not doing this for you. I'm doing it because prison won't teach you what you need to learn. I know. I'll pay every cent. Do the work. Whatever it takes. The first payment is due in 30 days. She nodded and left. Fletcher hugged me. You're stronger than anyone I know. Maybe. Or maybe I was just tired of losing children. The sentence was just the beginning. What happened over the next year tested both of us in ways I never expected. Keep watching. It was 2 a.m. when my phone rang. Fletcher's name on the screen made my heart stop. Gran, it's Mom. She's at Regional Hospital. Car accident. They don't know if she'll make it. I was dressed in 5 minutes. At the hospital, Fletcher met me outside ICU. Drunk driver ran a red light. Mom's critical, internal bleeding, head trauma. They're doing everything they can. Through the window, I saw her. Tubes, monitors, bandages. So small in that bed. Chance appeared, face haggard. They said family only. I know I'm not, but I needed to see her. You can stay, I said quietly. Hours passed. Surgeons came and went. At dawn, Dr. Michaels approached. She's stable. Touch and go, but stable. She's asking for someone. You, Mrs. Lowell. Inside, Rowena's eyes fluttered open. Her hand moved weakly toward mine. I took it. Mom, she whispered. I'm sorry. For everything. If I don't. Hush. You're going to be fine. But if I'm not, I need you to know, these 2 years, working to make things right, they're the only years I'm proud of. You gave me that. A chance to be better. Tears spilled down my cheeks. You're not going anywhere. You haven't finished paying me back. She smiled faintly. $500 left. Checks in my apartment. Top drawer. Then you'll deliver it yourself when you're healed. She squeezed my hand. I love you, Mom. I forgot to show it, but I never stopped. I know, baby. I know. She slept. I stayed, holding her hand like I had when she was 6 with nightmares. Fletcher brought coffee. She's going to be okay? Yes. She's going to be okay. 3 weeks later, Rowena came home, to my house. Temporarily, while she recovered. The first days were awkward. But slowly, we found rhythm. I made soup. She told stories about her jobs, her counseling breakthroughs, the life she was building. One evening, we sat on the porch watching sunset. Thank you, she said. For everything. The second chance. This. You earned it. I'm still working on forgiving myself. That takes time. Believe me. She looked at me. Do you forgive me? I thought about Dalton. The forged signatures. The courtroom. The 2 years of slow, painful rebuilding. I'm getting there, I said honestly. Some days are harder than others. But yes, Rowena. I forgive you. She cried then. I held her like I hadn't in decades. We weren't fixed. Scars remained. Trust was fragile. But we were trying. And sometimes, that's enough. 6 months later, Rowena moved into her own apartment. We had dinner every Sunday. She met with a financial counselor, rebuilt her credit, started over. Fletcher brought his girlfriend to meet us both. My mom and my gran, he said proudly. 2 of the strongest people I know. I looked at Rowena. She looked at me. We smiled. The house Garrett and I built stood strong, white siding, black shutters, porch light glowing. Inside, photo albums held our history. Dalton, forever young. Garrett, forever missed. And Rowena and me, learning what it meant to rebuild. I'm 79 now. My mind is sharp. My daughter is in my life, carefully, honestly, differently than before. And when people ask if I regret fighting back, taking her to court, offering mercy, I tell them the truth. I regret nothing. I saved myself. And in doing so, I saved her too. Sometimes the hardest battles are with the people we love most. But protecting yourself isn't selfish, it's necessary. And sometimes, accountability is the greatest gift you can give someone. Thank you for watching Meredith's story. If this resonated with you, share it with someone who needs to hear it.